Ladies and gentlemen, the Finals Grand Major is only a few days away, and I know who I'm rooting for. But maybe you don't know who you're rooting for. You don't know these teams. You don't know their stories. You don't know what they're capable of. Well, don't worry, because today I'm going to be going over every single team that has qualified to the Finals Major so you can make your decision on who you want to root for. Okay, starting off first, we have Team Envy, which consists of STN2K, Busy, StuJ, and their coach, Swaco. I sent a message to STN, and he did get back to me. He said, I originally played with Busy and Sloth, and we did well for one tournament we played together. Stu was a ranked demon when Invis LH1 was meta, and we asked him to play when Sloth said he was stepping away to focus on college stuff. Then Stu stayed a really good late, and I stayed medium, and we can all adapt to any meta really quickly. We were the best minigun Serb team, then the best BFR Titan team when it came out. We adapt really fast. And I do not disagree. In my opinion, I think Envy are one of the strongest teams coming into this tournament. So in my opinion, Envy, I'm going to put them in the could win it all category because I think Team Envy could win the entire thing. Alright, next up we have Pulsar Blue, which is the North American team for Pulsar. They consist of Brutal Logic, Boo Boo, Sparrow, and Apo as the coach. Now, I sent a message to my boy Brutal Logic. He did get back to me. So yeah, I will pause this if you want to read all of it, but I'll summarize it here for you. This is a wild underdog story in the finals competitive scene. Brutal Logic basically built a contender team from absolute chaos and last minute pickups, personal life conflicts, and roster musical chairs, and somehow turned it into a top 3 PHL finish in a direct major spot. They literally picked up Sparrow a day before PHL playoffs, and he logged in 5 minutes before the tournament started. And this just shows how much individual talent this team really has. Now, the roster for Pulsar is a bit newer. However, I do think they are a very good team, and they're going to put up a really good fight at the major. Alright, now we have TSM, which consists of Arco, Apollo, and Visions. Now, Arco did get back to me. He said, alright, again, it is a lot, so if you want to pause and read it, you can. But he said he played Challengers and COD when I turned 18, and then he met Visions and Apollo on X-Defiant, where they won most of the third-party tournaments when they played for Omit. When Splitgate 2 came out, they decided to team together, but the game died out, so at the end of July, they all picked up the finals. We grinded and lost to Pulsar Blue in the first open qualifiers with around 100 hours each, and then qualified in the second one with around 150 hours, which is why they always name themselves No Hours. In close quals, we won our cash out and beat TSG and qualled with around 250 hours. Since then, we've just been preparing for the major and scrimming the other pro teams. We also have a coach who was a top player in season 1 to 3, and also Vision, teammate on SSG for Splitgate, K-Jules. K-Jules is goated, by the way. So I added a new category called Dark Horse because TSM is a very new team. They're new to the game, but from what they've already showed, I think they are super capable of doing really well, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by TSM, and I think they're going to play very well. All right, next up, we got the Kansas City Pioneers, which consists of Brendy, Spawns, and Llama. Unfortunately, the Pioneers did not get back to me. If we look at their tournament rankings here, they are a pretty decent team. They have some good finishes. They have some okay finishes. In my opinion, I think the Kansas City Pioneers are a very good team. They're very strong, and they are better than a lot of these teams that are on the list. All right, next up, we have Nightmare, which consists of Gremlin, Lasagna, Uni, and their coach, Z. Nightmare is a very strong team, coming in second in title survival, third in the Pro League Season Championship, first in NA regular season, and they almost won, or in my opinion, should have won Pro League Season 2. So in my honest opinion, they're a very strong team. I think Nightmare could win it all. That's my opinion. I think Nightmare could win the entire thing. All right, next up we have 5 Fears, which consists of Ricardo, Nos, and Hani. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Nos. Ricardo did get back to me. It's pretty short. He said, me and Nos replaced our medium 3 days before second open qualifier. We were gate kept from scrims and made it, and now we had to get a new teammate right before the major because our third we picked up had a medical emergency. That's all the lore, really. Now, from their tournament rankings, they don't have a whole lot here. Again, I'm not watching their scrims, so I don't really know how they're performing as well. So for 5 Fears, I'm honestly unsure how they're going to perform. I don't really know a whole lot about them. I know Ricardo. Ricardo's a very good player, but their team as a whole, I'm not really sure how they're going to perform. All right, next up on the list, we have the GOATs. on SSG. I've been a fan of SSG for years, like way back in the Siege days when they won the 6th Invitational. And SSG also has the most handsome players in all of the finals. But I mean, other than that, let's be honest. SSG is a very strong team. They are a very strong 3v3 team. So I am trying to make this list unbiased, but I definitely think that SSG has the potential to win the entire thing. Alright, now moving on, we have G Esports, which consists of Nolix, Pakalem, and Taekujo. Now, Pakalem actually just got back to me. Now, Pakalem did send me a lot here, but honestly, this is not just like a success story. This is a survival story, man. Pakalem lost literally everything from financial issues to family issues and almost being homeless. He walked 350 kilometers across Belgium alone in winter, sleeping in a tent just to clear his head and not give up. He worked soul-crushing 60 to 80-hour weeks doing the worst jobs imaginable, garbage factory lines, cleaning buses. He had surgery and went straight back to grinding before fully healing. He quit his job with zero safety net 1 month before qualifiers because he refused to half-ass his dream. He came back after missing 4 entire seasons of meta evolution and still dragged his team to a major spot. This isn't just an underdog story, guys. This is someone who crawled out of a grave he was already buried in and still made it to the highest level of competition in a game. So this is absolute respect. Whatever happens at the major, this guy's already won at life. This is the epitome of being a grinder. There aren't a lot of tournament results for Gen G, but in my opinion, just from his story, I think Gen G is going to be a dark horse team because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to which team wants it more. And I think Gen G really wants this shit. I think Gen G wants this shit bad. So I'm putting them in the dark horse category because I think, just like TSM, they're going to surprise a lot of people. All right, next up, we got Fnatic, which consists of NA Ghost, Nigiri, and Raimkey. And Nigiri actually did an in-person interview with me on stream, so you can go and watch that video if you'd like, but I'll share a couple clips of that.
So I was first a member of Team Bird Nugget in Season 0. We just tried for the open qualifier. We qualified pretty easily.
So you guys only played in one season of PHL together?
Not even. Only this current one.
Awesome. And you guys are performing very well. I think you got like top 3 in PHL, did you not?
Our individual playstyle, so it fits really. Yeah. So right now we're just fine tuning our mistakes. We make mistakes. We just.
What's it going to take to win the major?
Well, first of all, it's a lot of luck because we've cash out. That game mode is not fun to play at all on a high level.
So I mean, like, how does it feel like knowing that you're about to play on LAN in front of people for a share of $100,000? How does that feel?
It feels amazing. Honestly, representing Fnatic is already like a huge milestone of mine. So I'm already happy with that. Reaching the latter stages within the major, it's going to be fun.
Now, in my opinion, I think Fnatic are one of the strongest teams at this major. They perform very well. They have a very good mindset, and I think that they're a very good team. So in my opinion, I think Fnatic could win it all. All right, next up, we got Alliance, which consists of Carnifex, Treason, Palma, and their coach, the content goat, Young. From their results, we see that Alliance is a very strong team. They came second in the Pro League Season 1 championship, and they came in first in Pro League Season 2. And they did very well during their closed qualifiers. Now, Carnifex himself is an insane player, but brought on with Palma and Treason, I think they're a very strong team. So in my opinion, I think Alliance could win it all. All right, next up we have Vanguard Gaming, which consists of Drax, Executor, Ripka, and their coach Sugi. But if I'm being honest, Vanguard Gaming, I'm a little unsure about how they're gonna do. Because personally, I haven't seen too much of them. You guys can let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that or if there's something different. But in my opinion, there's not a whole lot that I know about Vanguard Gaming. I know they're a strong team. Now, just so you guys know, being put in the unsure category does not mean that you're a bad team. It just means that I personally don't know too much about your team. All right, next up we have Team Secret, which consists of Elix, Roma, OG, and their coach, the content goat, Artie. Now, Elix actually did get back to me, They said during the first open qualifier, they faced Alliance and lost 1-2 and morale hit rock bottom, but they had one last shot to qualify in the second qualification phase, and they managed to advance to the closed qualifier, and it wasn't easy. On the daily event, I suffered from severe food poisoning and fainted with intense symptoms. An ambulance came to his house, but he said, "No, I'm playing in the closed qualifier," recovered as best as he could, and pushed through it. He said his brother Atoka was eliminated early with his team, leaving us both devastated. I was so heartbroken for him that it fueled me even more to succeed. Finally, after 10 grueling hours of competition, we qualified, becoming the 5th European team to secure a spot at the major. They might not have had the best major qualifier, but I do think Team Secret is a very good team. They have a lot of really talented players on their team, and I think they're going to do great. So Team Secret is going to go in the very good team category. Next up, we have Ape Squad, which consists of Manda, Krieger Blue, Mr. Red Fox, and their coach Tony Courts. Now, when Ape Squad qualified for the major, it was actually Alone in Paris, Donkridge, and Nuke, but because they're from Ukraine and Russia, there was an issue with Sweden and visas or something where they actually weren't allowed to go to Sweden for the major. So they have been replaced with Krieger Blue, Manda, and Red Fox. Now, it is a different roster that did not themselves qualify for the major, but I think because the original roster could not make it and they had to replace them, I think they're a dark horse team because they're gonna do this shit for their boys, you know what I mean? So keep an eye out for Ape Squad. I think it's going to be super exciting to watch Ape Squad play. Next up, we have King Zero Esports, which consists of Jaeger, Khalil, and Buiwan556. Now, for a lot of these teams, I'm not really sure how they play because I haven't seen a lot from them, again, because they are Chinese teams. King Zero is one of the stronger APAC teams in my opinion, so King Zero, I'm going to put them in very good team. Now, Dragon Ranger Gaming consists of Hathaway, and Hewley Rice. Now again, I don't know too much about Dragon Ranger Gaming. Now, some of these EU and NA teams have done a little bit of scrimming against these Chinese and Korean teams, but again, we don't know too much about them. So in my opinion, I'm not going to put them in unsure. I'm going to put them in dark horse. These guys are running different loadouts. I believe one of the team runs like double heavy, double KS23. It's going to be crazy to watch, and I think the way they play is going to be very unpredictable, so they're going to go in dark horse category. And last but not least, we have FN Esports, which consists of TT, Gunhee, Shibuya Lin, and Myungtan. Again, they're a Korean team, so we haven't seen a lot from them. But again, I'm going to put them in dark horse category because we just don't know a whole lot about these teams, and I think their play styles are going to be very different. And a lot of these NA and EU teams maybe won't be ready for what they have. Guys, please leave in the comments who you think is going to win the major and why. And if you didn't know, I will be attending the finals major in Stockholm, and I'll try to put a travel vlog out every single day. I haven't really done something like that before, so it's going to be new for me, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you enjoyed this video or if you thought it was shit. Other than that, have a very nice day, and I'll see you at the major.